This is round 2 of the clear coat. All those little things look like they have almost, but that little nib right there, all that's disappeared except for that little spot right there. It might buff out. And then here's the back. A little bit, you can still see. It's kind of orange peely, but I think it might live like this. This is nice. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera. I burnt through the clear coat, but it actually looks pretty good. You really can't tell. Right here, right there. So I re-clear coated over it. There's a little line there, but you can't feel it. It's smooth, so whatever. This is thick. So we'll sand that too. Let me feel it. Yeah, you still feel it. So anyway, we'll let her sit here overnight, do her thing. All right, so as I was picking up my mess, it dawned on me to tell y'all what I was using. So like some other guys, there's a guy that does a Bumblebee black and white. I don't even know what kind of guitar it is, but he does that. So he recommended Scratch X. That's what I used to start. Well, let me back up. So I used all pretty much 3M, and I used some Duragold that I got off Amazon. So that's what I was using for using 600 during that. I did do some 800 to get some of the big stuff out. Most of it was all, it was all wet, so I didn't go any really dry. So that did my, like I said, step. Then did use some of this with the sandpaper, which seemed to work good to flatten it out. Then I did, when I used this, you can pause the video if you want to. I bought these pads, so that's what they cut. So I started with green, yellow, orange with the Scratch X, working my way up. And then I used the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And I did that, I think, just on maybe the orange, blue, and red, or blue and red maybe. I can't remember. And that's the little sanding block that I kind of used when I used the sanding block, which didn't really do worth a damn. So I stuck with my finger. I know people say don't do it because uneven pressure, but it worked better than a block. So, and it's also got these polishing bonnets, which, I mean, I don't know how much more I can get it to shine, but I bought all this kit from Amazon. Got this from Auto Parts Store. Walmart carries it. Used my old trusty 18-volt Ryobi drill. All right, so that's what I use pretty much sitting at the kitchen table. So that old chicken right there, gotta put him up in the freezer or in the refrigerator before I go to bed. All right, back on guitar mode. So we got an Arctic Blast coming through. It's Monday. Gotta go to work tomorrow, but we were closed. Today was MLK Day, so what I did yesterday was it was perfect condition. So I had this thing scuffed down, as y'all saw. So I re-cleared it again. A lot of those little bubbles and stuff went away. Some still there. Got a few little things I'm gonna clean up down there. But what I was working on tonight was I wanted to try and get this, all this buried and flushed up. And man, you can't get it any more smooth than that. That is you can't even feel that. It's incredible. So I think I put 3 or 4 good coats on it the first time I did it, and then I had all this wet sanded down, just knocked it now level. And what I'm trying to do tonight is just not get on these edges at all. And then I had some sagging, because I wanted to make sure I just laid it on super duper thick. So I had some sagging. You can see kind of how it was sagging running down, because the guitar was hanging upside down. I had some sagging down here. So I just sanded all that. This is done, so that's perfect. I mean, I can just barely feel that, like right there. I'm not even gonna mess with it anymore. So this, I can just barely feel it. A few spots. I'm just gonna keep hitting it with this 1500. I started with 1000. I'm just taking my finger and some wet paper and just hitting it just gently up and down, a little left and right, whatever. So I'm gonna just keep doing it by hand, checking it, doing it by hand, checking it. So I'm gonna, once I get this flat, I'm gonna get this, try and scuff all that back up, kind of bring it all level, get it all leveled again. And then I'm gonna hit it with the 15. Then whatever is next, I have 2,000, 3,000. I don't think I have 2,500, but I'm gonna probably skip that. And I got some polish and stuff, so I'll probably do that tonight, depending on what, how much time I have to work with. But as soon as I get this done, I can start flattening all this out, stay away from these edges, and then get it polished back up and be done with this. The next thing I'm gonna do is, hit this with probably like a light 1500 with some wet sanding, kind of take the orange peel out. See a little orange peel in there? I mean, it's beautiful, but it's orange peely, so I want to give it the best chance I can give it. So, take a few imperfections out, take the orange peel out, go back over it, and bring that back to its shine. All the back, I'm probably just gonna leave all this like it is. I'm not really worried about the orange peel in the back. I'm not really worried about buffing all that out. As long as this is perfect and that's perfect, I'm not really too worried about the back. There's a few little things here and there I might address later, but I'm ready to keep going to the next steps. So that's where we're at as of now. All right, I got it all flat, just nice and flat. You can't even feel it. And we did 1,000 grit. Now I'm about to hit it with 1,500 and so on and so on. All right, so this is after I worked on it, I finally kind of figured out. I buffed it up, had scratch marks, buffed it up, had scratch marks, buffed it up, had scratch marks. I was like, maybe I'm gonna have to live with this. So what I did was I went back 800, 1,000, blah, 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 all the way back over it, just kind of doing it again, wet sand. So I said, well, that's not working. So I was trying to go in one pattern. So what I ended up doing was just using my finger with the paper and just doing a circular pattern till it was all kind of blended in. And then I went upper grit, upper grit, upper grit. And then I eventually used some of the Scratch X with each one, 1,000, 1,500, so and so, just buffing it in with my finger. You can see after I finished, it's just some dust. I mean, if you can see a scratch, maybe a couple little scratches in there, but it's gonna get scratched up anyway because it's like G-tar. But I mean, those suckers are laid down flat, son. Flat. I am really proud of this one. So, yep, just a little dust. Anyway, so that's that. So she is looking right. So tomorrow, probably later on when I get off work, look at that. It's probably the only scratches. There they are right there. There's a few little scratches. That's probably just from wiping it off, actually. I'm gonna get some wax. I know I'm going crazy, but I'm gonna get some wax and wax it. It's gonna shape up like a guitar. So all that stuff in the back went down, way down. It's just some little bitty dots. And one day if I feel froggy, I might do that and mess with those. But I'm not feeling that froggy. So the main thing I want to do is get this done, and I'm not worried about any orange peel on the sides. I could care less. So we're gonna leave it thick. Leave it like that. One day I might change it, I don't know, but I'm not gonna mess with it now. So I'm gonna take this off after I finish working on this top, and then we'll go from there. Sorry I'm not showing y'all stages and all that stuff, but I mean, like I said, this isn't a how to sand video or how to spray paint video. These are just progress that I'm making. So if you have questions, ask me, but I'm kind of telling you how I'm doing it. So, but man, that's pretty. So any of you guys in the ice storm right now that are watching, y'all be careful. Stay warm and dry. Out.